trying to snipe, starting up the stream pretty late, unfortunately. Baby was having a tough evening. Usually he's fast asleep by this hour, but he wasn't feeling it, so we're looking for something on the Amthest market for a minute. We'll hop into some play after we're sure it's done with the refresh window. It's been hard to tell when the auction house is refreshed. Ruby market is kind of a mess with those new all-star packs out. Opened up a couple of buzzer beater trailblazer packs and just got garbage out of them. So our PC is down. MT is still looking decent for some snipes. We'll look to find some good cards out here, make some coins, play some matches and do our thing. And either it hasn't refreshed or nothing got published under 15,000. I looked up that McDice, it's been out there for a while, and it wasn't worth it for me. Something has moved off the auction house because now it's got an even number. Don't see anything worth jumping out on. We'll go back into it one more time to make sure nothing rare got posted. Doesn't seem like it. So let's go play a blacktop match. I put Draymond up for sale because there was only one on the auction house, and I thought I could make a huge profit slipping in underneath. Unfortunately, it didn't sell. Still locked into the auction house, but I don't think we're going to get, I think, like 22,000 for it. Would have been about a 9,000 profit, so that's all right. We'll bring Draymond back home, most likely, when that one closes, as we get Gallinari to play with Zeke. And we'll round out the squad here. Don't know how many picks I got right. 2K app still has not refreshed. There were so many games, I'm hoping it'll refresh in a while. We can check out our tips. We get White Chocolate, Jason Williams, to play along with Zeke. We'll get a look at this team on the floor in a minute. We got some good three-point shooters, as Isiah has got an increase in his shooting with the updates yesterday. We're keeping an eye on Twitter for that Kevin Love code. In case 2K decides to throw one out here late at night again. Be nice to get on one of those. And we got an opponent, we're letting this load up. We got a Twitter tab open for 2K. I think those codes go out and run out of stock in just a few seconds, so most likely we're not going to get it if we're playing. We don't have our eyes on it. But we'll do what we can. We're going to play against Bellinelli, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, and DeMarcus Cousins. Looks like we're playing the Nasties, Vic Nasties, don't know how he pronounces it. It's UCE lag, the opponent gamer tag, as he throws down the dunk with Boogie. First match of the night. Been kind of a long evening with the baby being upset, but we're still here, going to get some play in. And hopefully some good snipes and some entertainment. I try to stick to the schedule, but I may have to update the hours as we're getting on later and later. Sort of with regularity, with the occasional early streams. Cousins with the dunk. Zeke out to Gallinari. Back over to Zeke. And that was going to get dunked in. Nice shot block from my opponent. We're trying to get something going. Shot clock is winding down now. Zeke tries to dunk it again, gets blocked again. That's unfortunate. Got really good hops for a point guard. But being that small, he does get some shots packed. Cousins sets up the shooter. I think that's Bellinelli dropping it in on us. And we're down by 2. Warriors and Kings tonight. Pretty good game. Draymond lost his mind and got kicked out before the second half. I wasn't feeling too happy about what I was seeing from the Warriors. But they got it going in that third quarter and were able to get the victory. That was their last game before the All-Star break. Jason Williams sets up Zeke, and we're offline with the shot stick. Bellinelli breaking away down court with the dunk. And Isiah's been blocked 3 times. It's kind of frustrating. Keep getting decent looks with him, but my opponent's getting better looks defensively. And we're down by 3 as Cousins throws it down. Kicks it out to Gallinari. We got a couple Italians out here, Gallinari and Bellinelli. Gilchrist to Cousins, out to Bellinelli. And this guy's not missing from deep. We're down big. Still early enough that we have a chance to come back here. Seahawks not starting out the way we'd like to. Out to Gallinari. Form was pretty decent. The result wasn't. Slight bit late on the shot stick. And we commit the reach-in foul against our opponent. Bellinelli out to Cousins. Cousins taking it in on Gallinari. And we're down 6. We need to hit a few 3-point shots and get some stops. Make this a game again. It's out to Williams. Unfortunately, he is inside the 2-point arc. And we're down by 5. Bellinelli wide open, doesn't hit it. We're trying to use Zeke to double team and maybe get a steal or 2. We need something good to happen here if we're going to come back. Here goes Zeke. Runs into the wall. That is Cousins. Over to Jay Williams. Jay's got Gallinari cutting for the dunk. Trying to chip away and get back into this one. Bellinelli with that left-hand dribble, bringing it up court. Over to Boogie Cousins. And he flies in for the dunk. We try to undercut him with Jay Williams. Jason Williams, that is. Here goes Isiah. Williams decided to cut inside and not shoot the 3-pointer. Does it again. We run behind the line and launch a green light. Release. Just trying to set that up the whole time. He kept cutting in for a layup attempt. This guy's been shot blocking on us pretty good, so we don't want that. It's to Cousins. He's open. We got Gallinari out of his position. We go running out at Cousins, and that leaves Bellinelli open on the inside. Here's Gallinari. A little bit offline, a little bit late on the release. That was a chance to cut it to just a 1-point game. Instead, they score, and we're down by 4. Excuse me, it would have cut it to a 2-point game, not a 1-point game. I have the score wrong in my mind. Down even further than it feels like. Here's Gallinari. And we get one to fall for him. We need a few stops to complete this comeback. Here goes Gilchrist to the rack. And we can't give up another point. Zeke to Gallinari. We haven't shot it well with him. That felt like a good shot. I think it might have been a slight tad late. Cousins with a little shimmy shake and the pass. We take a tough loss. Started out. But we got hours to play, so we'll try to get some better results here. We're going to try sniping on the Amthest market tonight, because we haven't had much luck with the rubies. We'll probably look at both as we're coming up on the refresh window in just a few minutes. We get some MT after that beating we just took. Haven't sold anything. We have some garbage out here. I did open those buzzer beater packs. Didn't get anything good out of them while they were up. Draymond's about to wrap up. Don't expect to get that much for him. So let's go and get our parameters set up. See what's on the auction house. We'll look for an Amthest snipe. None of the regulars seem to be around at the moment. We did get on very late, so that is to be expected. We'll go with 5 and 15. We're about a minute and a half early. We'll see who's still sitting around out here. Lots of Yao Mings. A couple Rip Hamiltons. One McDyess, one Gobert. Isiah Thomas. So we're going to wait for it to go to 5 past. Then we'll start jumping in and out. See if we can't find something that we like, that we can make some coins on, or maybe even something that we want to keep for ourselves. And just looking at the clock, waiting for 5 past to hop back in. Try to get a good buyout. And we got 5 past now, so we'll go in. And we'll keep going back and forth until we see something different, or we are convinced nothing new got published. Would expect to see fewer cards popping up here in the Amthest board, with less of those being in the game compared to the rubies that we typically go after. We'll still go take a look at the rubies after this. So we're just looking for some different play art. We'll give it a couple minutes, maybe 3 past the expected time. Really don't have a good handle on when it should be refreshing, since those all-star packs came out. we're still looking for something good out here. We'll give it another minute or so. Possibility of it have already passing and nothing being listed is fairly strong, with it being the Amthest market. But we don't know that for sure, so we're going to keep after it. We don't want to leave early and miss deal of the century floating around out here. So far, it's been the same group, time and time out. And we're now 3 past. We'll give it a couple more tries. There's Rip for 23. I don't think we can really make a profit on him, so I'm going to leave him alone, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we can make anything on that Hamilton. So it did refresh about 3 minutes late. And Chaos is here. Chaos, good to see you, buddy. Sorry for getting on late. Baby had a tough late night, and I'm trying to keep him asleep right now. So definitely late on the stream this evening. Hope all is well in Sydney, Australia. We took a look on the Amthest market. Didn't find anything. I spent some VC today on buzzer beater packs, which were limited time packs that were Portland Trailblazer themed. Didn't get anything out of those. So the VC is down. We're just looking for something floating around out here. Lewis is pretty cheap at 2,500. Might be worth it. Everything's pretty good here. Wife's going to be off for a few days, so I will get a little bit of a break from the babysitting duties. So we're just going to make a little bit on that Reggie. I think we'll just leave him out there for now. Maybe go back to it if we don't find something better. Yeah, I was happy with Golden State. Didn't look good there for a minute. Kings were playing us tough, and Draymond Green kind of lost his mind and got ejected. And I thought, oh, they're going to mess around and lose back-to-back games for the first time in a long time. But they righted the ship in that third quarter. And we see Josh Smith. He doesn't belong out here that cheap, so we'll make some money on Josh Smith. That's why I kind of hesitate sometimes to get the other cards like Lewis and tie up my coins. We definitely had enough coins for both, but you never know what you're going to see jumping around. So we'll go back and look up Smith in a minute. Trying to take advantage of these all-star packs to see if we can't find good deals that other people aren't finding. There's so many Havliceks. We're going to try to filter this down. See if there's a cheap Weber. This one for 35. Next cheapest is 46. So we'll buy a Weber. Put him at 46. We'll check out Bosch. Yeah, Draymond is he can be kind of an idiot sometimes. He's one of those guys that if he's on your team, you root for him, but he's kind of like Richard Sherman on the Seahawks, where I like both of those guys, and I like to hear what they have to say, but sometimes they just say too much, and they can cost their team opportunities by getting kicked out or doing something stupid to draw a fine. Speaking of Draymond, we're going to look him up real quick on the auction house. See if there's any cheap ones. We have ours listed. There was only one out there for a minute, so I put mine just below it. try to make a big profit on him. Yeah, I think sometimes those guys are good, but like Draymond getting kicked out, I mean that was tough. Warriors were dealing with Cousins tonight, and they just don't have another big guy that defends like Draymond does, so it put a little strain on them. I think they rallied around him being out, which was good, and they got the victory. They played a lot better in that third quarter. And we're checking out the Klay market. His mama named him Klay, so that's what we're going to call him. And we're not going to find anything else, I don't think, this time. So let's send these to the auctions. We already know we want 46 for Weber. So let's get him listed up. Yeah, the other Draymond was like 30,000. It was the only one on the market, so I threw this one up there trying to make a huge profit because we bought it for, I think we bought it for 13, so we would have made like 9,000 coins on it. Yeah, Draymond, he is willing to do the dirty work. The guy is a tough defender, just that hothead thing, like you said. Could have cost him tonight. We're going to check out Josh Smith. I know he doesn't go for a ton of coins, but for 4,000, I think it was a good buy. I think he goes around 6 usually. So we see him at 9. So actually that was a little bit better than I thought. So we'll put him for 89.5. I was excited to open up those buzzer beater packs, and then all I got was hot garbage out of them. Just gold shoes and bronze players and stuff, so that was disappointing. I wish I'd held on to my VC. And we see LeBron the GOAT is here. Hope you're doing well, LeBron. We just did our little snipe action. We'll go play some more. Baby is a little fussy. I wouldn't mind playing some Madden tonight, but I think just for tonight we'll avoid it and stay with the blacktop mode. I don't know if he's going to stay asleep. Kind of acting like he's teething. He's 4 months old today, but it's a little early to be teething, but he is throwing a ruckus. But we got him asleep for now, so we got a window to play, do our little show, have some fun. We got LeBron. He's going to try to entertain LeBron in the stream. We got Chaos here. And we're going to have Tony Parker and Devin George rounding out the squad. We took a long time on the auction house that time, so we'll probably miss the 20 after window. I have the Twitter page pulled up for NBA 2K. If they tweet out another one of those Kevin Love pink diamond codes, I'll let you guys all know, and I'll paste it in here. We'll try to run into our locker and unlock that Love really quick. There's people complaining on Twitter that they got that code put in within 10 seconds and they still didn't get him. So I don't know. Maybe it'll pop up here late in the night and we'll snag ourselves a pink diamond for free. I'm going to play against Steph, George, and Alvin Williams. Hate it seems like every time I have LeBron, Steph shows up, and I'm on the opposite side of that battle. But LeBron is playing on the Seahawks right now, so we're going to try to get him a victory. No, I've never got one of the limited time codes, if that's what you're asking, Chaos, but this is the first time I've really tried to catch one. Other times they've been out for a few hours or a few days that I've been aware of, like the limited time Andre Drummond that we have. But that Love is not a limited time card. We're supposed to get to keep it, so that would be a nice get. I yanked that shot with LeBron, so. Oh, wow. Ruby Walton, and I think he goes for about twice that much. That's a nice snipe for LeBron the GOAT. We just got Josh Smith off the auction house for 4,000, the Ruby Smith, and it goes for 9,000. So we'll get a little profit on him. He would be fun to play with, I think, but just wanted to get him listed and get some coins coming in. We got George on the handle. Over to LeBron. We're going to try to have a nice night here with LeBron. We got the LeBron fan in stream. Beanstalk is also a LeBron fan, as are some of the other fellows that stop in. So we want to do well with the king. And we let the shot clock expire. I thought it had reset. Watching the chat and not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Let's settle down and get LeBron a victory. We're playing against CO2 Wax. That is the gamer tag of our opponent. It's out to Steph. He's by himself. And he hits the warm-up 3-point launch. And I didn't think he was going to steal that. That's my fault. Could have waited another second, got him out of the way, but I thought I did the necessary. Here goes Tony Parker with a left-hand layup. Yeah, LeBron, he does have a following, and rightfully so. And he gets layup off the window with Johnson down a couple, playing the Sukios. I don't know how he pronounces his team name. There we go, LeBron to the rack, hammer dunk. Chaos breaking us down on either loving or hating LeBron. I think that's a good assessment of how many NBA fans feel about him. Try to whip it out to Parker. Steph with the hands. I thought he was going to keep driving. I ran right past and Steph hits it for deep. Chaos is a hater. I don't want to offend anybody, so I'll just say I'm not a personal fan of him, but I do enjoy watching him and his body of work. He's had a heck of a career, and he's still a dominant player now into his 30s. Keep thinking the minutes and the wear and tear is going to slow him down. So far, that's not the case. Thought I had enough defense out on Curry. He drills it again on us. We're going to have to shut down Steph. Tony Parker draws the double out to George. It's offline, but it goes through. Somebody mentioned if you're shooting with the shot stick, let go of the left analog stick for a second so they can balance. And there's no pull against the other stick. So I've been trying to do that. Seems like I'm making a few more outside shots. He's going to kick this back out to Steph. We're on it. Yeah, the shot clock's getting down for our opponent. Steph's going to have to launch this. LeBron's in his face. He's going to stop it. We let the long rebound get out. Oh. Chance to get it tied up. Instead, he gets another possession. We're going to get the steal here. That's LeBron. Tries to whip out to Parker. It's back to LeBron. He'll go up, and Curry fouls him. I thought he was going to dunk that. Instead, we get another possession. Parker's got the handle. Into LeBron. Out to Devin George. George was a nice player with the Lakers, role player. LeBron's going to elevate and slam it with the left hand. And I don't know why I see Nightbot double posting every time now. So I may need to turn it off and turn it back on. Turn it down to like 20 minutes for its spam out links. Don't want it to annoy everybody in the chat. LeBron from deep. Cold zone, I thought he would rattle that in. Pretty good shot. We just didn't get lucky for that to drop for us. Try to block that from behind. We're not going to swat it. And we're down by 3. See if LeBron can't set up the offense or create for himself. It's out to George. Cycle to Tony Parker. And Tony's got the shooter's roll to drop through for us. It's guy's been launching with Curry. And we'll let him dunk that in. We can tie this up if we can hit a two-pointer into LeBron. LeBron orchestrating the offense. Over to George. Back to the King. He's got Tony in the corner. We get the green release. Tied at 12. It's a tight match heading towards the end of it. We know he wants to launch with Curry. We're trying to prevent it. Just letting him break down the defense a bit as we're trying to keep Steph in check and not give up open outside looks. Curry's got crazy range. And LeBron's got crazy hands. He intercepts it. He's going to feed it to George, who elevates with the right hand. Thanks, Chaos. This one is a fun one to play as well. Trying to make those adjustments to get Steph under control. Slides past Parker. And we have a chance to close out here if we can hit a two-pointer. Parker running the offense for a second. Gets a reach-in foul. Probably get it back to LeBron. See if he can't set up a teammate. King's got it. Lets the man come out on him. Little shimmy and shake. Kick it out to George. Thought the defense would collapse. Instead, it's off the back iron. Opponent did well not to let the double team come. We're looking out for Curry. Thought he would launch it. He lets us fly by. That's for the victory. And he had a pause cheese on us. Oh, we had a good shot at it. And we didn't capitalize. Good win for my opponent. Curry, the lowest I've seen Curry is like the high 10,000s. 12K is decent right now on tonight's market. But, I mean, if you wait for the daytime, there'll be a lot more of them out there. And you might get a little bit better deal. I've been looking through the Currys and the other Golden State players like Klay tonight. And we took the loss. We'll go over here, see if there's an Amthest that we can buy and flip. Now, if you see a Curry with a bunch of badges, I think the Ruby Curry has like 3 bronze. If you see one with a bunch of golds for 12K, that's pretty good. And my son is kind of awake as I get the sliders way out of line here. Don't know what's wrong with him tonight. I guess he's just having a hard night. Turned 4 months old. He wanted to be 3 months old forever. So I'm trying to settle him. I'm trying to set this down to 15,000. Finally get it there. We'll take a look through. Parrish, Yao, Conley. It looks kind of cheap for Conley. I'm not used to seeing him out there. Let's see what he goes for. And I click on the wrong team. So we don't see any for 17. Let's take it up a bit higher. We'll go ahead and buy him because we know he goes for at least more than 18 at the moment. So that might have been a bit of a steal on Conley. There's none at 20,000. And I don't know what my little buddy's going to need here, but he is starting to cry, so I may hop off stream. I would keep sniping, but there aren't much coins behind. We find Conley going for 21.6, so we will list ours just below that. And ours has a couple gold badges, so I think I'll put him out for like 23.5. Let's look at this card for a second. Thank you. Yeah, I was happy to get a decent Amthest. Let's see what he's got on here. So he has flashy passer and pick dodger. I don't think those are big time badges, but we'll put him for a little bit of a premium. We'll throw him out for 12 hours. We're not in a rush to get the coins back. We'd like to get as much MT out of it as we can. So we'll put him like 23.95. If he's not sold by tomorrow afternoon, I'll drop down his price. We should be making almost 10,000 off that card before we pay our tax, which will drop out the profit this Draymond's about to kick out. I'm just kind of filling the time for a second, trying to get a gauge on my son. Don't know if he's going to relax and sleep or if he's going to get upset and need something. He has a full tummy, so don't know what's on his mind. He's turned his head and closed his eyes, so let's try to play one while we can. We got Pink Diamond Isiah leading the pack. We'll get him in for a game. Oh, you're right, Chaos. I looked over at the chat stream after I listed it. Yeah, I should have popped him in the lineup right now with a reset, just to see how he played. My mistake. We get Joe Bryant. That's Kobe's dad. He played in Italy for a while. Enjoyed Kobe steaks, so that's how his son got the name Kobe. And we're going to have Sapphire Rose rounding out this group. Keeping an eye on that 2K Twitter. Last night they pushed out the code at midnight here locally, so it doesn't seem like they'd be throwing it out there at 1:30 my time or 2, but you never know what to expect. And LeBron the GOAT passed on that Curry possible snipe, but it's not an insane price for the Ruby. Usually I won't know individual cards, but I happen to know the Golden State ones as I've been buying and flipping them the last week or so. We're going to play against Ruby Weber, James Harden, and Aaron McKee. This guy's got custom black and white, gray, camouflage unis. He's got the grayed out basketball. Yeah, Kobe is just ridiculous. Kobe came right out of high school, so felt like he was in the NBA forever. And we get back on defense with Joe Bryant, commit the shooting foul. I looked over to the chat, Chaos telling me I got this one, and I like the vote of confidence, but as I was reading it, I got dunked on, so I'll try to keep my eyes up and respond on the dead balls. We launch with whoever that is, and that's a mistake. He can't shoot. Rose has a tiny shot meter in the corner. What is that about? Rose isn't that terrible a shooter. You guys got to look at this. I'll give it to him and take him down that wing again. Rose has a shot meter. Now it looks better. I don't know. There it is. There's one little spot where it dips down. Now I can't get it to do it again. I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but he looks like a center. We're going to launch that one with Rose. Beat the shot clock. Yeah, I mean Derrick Rose, but I mean he shouldn't be that terrible. He's a NBA point guard. He's not he's not Sean Bradley or somebody, Jorge Mirashon, 7'7" guy that can't shoot. All right. So Derrick Rose has cost us a couple possessions. One because we didn't know about that little glitch, and one to go back and look at it. Shot sticks off there with Bryant. Bryant has a slow release, excuse me. We're going to mostly work this around with Isiah, set up the teammates for dunks. We don't have much outside shooting. Joe Bryant can shoot it, but that animation's so weird. Don't like waiting on it. We'll let Zeke shoot it if he's open. And we're defending with Bryant on Ruby Weber. C. Webb backs us down and dunks it with a double clutch. That was pretty nice from Maggette. And we get the lay in with Zeke. And DeAndre Jordan. And Weber hits it with a hand in his face. That's impressive. Weber wasn't a tremendous outside shooter, but he's pretty good on that Ruby card. So let's get it over to Zeke. Call for a screen. See our opponents using Weber, slacking off of Bryant. So we don't really want to shoot it with Bryant, but we'll have to sometimes if he's going to be wide open. And that goes through. This is 2 hosts for you, our opponent. He wants to play the game with C-Web. Why not? He goes right past us and slams it in. Weber's got 6 of the 7 for our opponent. And Joe Bryant showing where Kobe got the hops from. Left hand slam. Chaos always entertaining in the chat. Appreciate that guy being here and having something to say. Makes it a lot more fun when we got the regulars here, and Chaos certainly a huge part of our stream. We're working it around. We'd like to get Zeke wide open. Instead, he's going to have to dive in and lay it up with the left hand. We're down a couple points. Try using Isiah Thomas defensively as Weber's tearing us up. Now Harden gets going with that left hand dunk. So here goes Zeke. He's got Rose underneath. Rose goes with a little soft left hand attempt. Harden plays enough defense to stop it. It's out to C-Web. And Bryant left Weber's assignment, even though we were over there with Zeke, so that was just all bad. Thomas gets fouled. We're down by 4. Not starting out tonight like we did last night. Last night we had a win streak going. We took it over to Madden. We kept winning at Madden. I finally lost towards the end of the stream. I think we only took 1 loss the whole night. This is sort of the opposite of that. And we get fouled with Rose. Rose has the tiny little shot circle out here. That's just crazy how it narrows to the smallest of proportions on the baseline. And Joe Bryant can't lay that in. Opponent's harassing us defensively and smashing us with Weber. Try to get back there. He's going to lay it up and in. So we're down big. We need some outside shots to drop if we're going to make any comeback at this. It's over to Rose. Maybe Rose can distribute. Try to wait on that Bryant jumper. We're early with it. It just takes so long for that little hitch to load. We foul Weber. We're tired of seeing him beast on us on the inside. It's out to McKee. And that wasn't the worst result. We don't really want to give wide open shots to decent players, but nothing else is working for us, so we'll try it. It's out to Bryant. That'll rattle in. Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing some Madden, but my son's so fussy tonight. I think we'll just hold off for tomorrow. Wife's off for a few days, so hopefully I'll be getting the stream started a little early. And Weber dunks it on Zeke. He's about a foot taller than him. And we'll definitely get into some Madden the next couple nights. Got to finish off that season, see if we can get into the playoffs. And if we get into the playoffs, what we can do in them. Bryant took a long time to pass that out. Wanted to give Rose a shot, I guess. Rose has a decent meter from straight on. Just in the corner, it's terrible. So, we're down 2. We need stops. Trying to use Zeke to get a steal. It's to Aaron McKee. were in his way, but he still is able to get that up and in. No, I haven't won the Super Bowl this season. I've won it before. This year I just didn't play very much seasons. I probably played 4 seasons total with the baby. I just haven't played as much Madden. I did win. There's a draft champions mode where you draft your club that day and you play 6 games with them. And if you win 6 in a row, you get an elite card. And I won that 3 times. It took a couple hours each time I did that. So that was pretty good. But did not win the Super Bowl this season on Madden. So there's still time for it. We can play it till the next Madden comes out. So since we're here every evening, why not go for it? We're down 4. Speaking of going for it, we're letting Joe Bryant launch. That's off the back rim. We haven't had answers defensively. I'm sure this guy's shooting about 80%. Trying to swipe that away with Zeke. It's over to McKee. Back out to Harden. We're launching ourselves up at him. But that's going to drop, so it's an ugly loss. Hopefully we'll draft a better club than that. That rose was just really odd. I saw the sapphire rose and thought, oh, that'll be a decent card. And took him into the corner. And that just threw us off the rest of the match. So I'm blaming Derrick Rose, not myself. And we see an arm card. I don't think anything's sold yet. Probably hasn't even relisted yet. So we'll go search just for the heck of it. It's a few minutes late. We only have 3,100 MT, so we'll set up a Ruby attempt. Let's go see if there's a wingman or something that we can flip for that money. Kersey's out there. Kersey doesn't go for much. Really shouldn't be a moment's that low. There might be a Weber or a Bosch. They're not showing up for us. So I don't think we're going to catch anything this time. We'll just look and make sure there isn't something weird sitting around out here. Doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and get back into play. We need to get on the winning track. We got Steph Curry up now. And Chaos wants me to win with Brock Osweiler. We're going to find the best Brock in the game and see if we can't do it. Not in this particular season, but we'll do it in the next season when we're not trying to qualify for the playoffs. We're off to a decent start, 4-1, I think, in Madden. We get Dawkins and Phil Jackson, so this is a bad draft with 2 bigs. Jackson's not terrible. He can shoot a little bit. I don't remember playing with Dawkins this year. Daryl Dawkins used to break the backboards. And Chaos wants to see Osweiler get crushed. He wants me to find the worst one. I think if I do it, I'm just going to throw the ball like 2 times the whole game and just rush it. See if we can't get a victory that way. So there's our squad again. And we see he's got shooters everywhere with Russell, Warren, and Quentin Richardson. So we have a talent edge as far as players, but he's got the shooting edge, and that's what really matters in blacktop. We're playing against the Supersonics, man. We're not going to let that discourage us. Any game is winnable if you believe in yourself. So we got to believe and see if we can't get the first win of the stream tonight. It's the Seahawks and the Supersonics playing against Key Buckets. And it looks like he's got his zip code on there. Tries to drive it in, and that's a nice little shot. Pushing it in with the right hand. Here's Curry. Steph going to launch it a lot in this game. That one doesn't fall from deep. Richardson's open. We go out and foul him. There are special out of position cards. That was a special set, like the All-Star sets that are out right now for 2K. but it has to be a position that they played either in college or in the game. So like Russell Wilson, the Seahawks quarterback, he caught a pass for a touchdown this year. So there's a Russell Wilson wide receiver card and things like that. So like Brady at tight end, no, not unless he lined up and played wide receiver. I don't think there is an out of position Brady in this year's Madden. I don't actually remember ever seeing an out of position Brady. As we get it out to Steph for 2. I'm trying to think of some of the big names. There's a out of position Odell Beckham Jr. because he lined up and played free safety in a game. Just at the end of the game, they put him in there to deflect a Hail Mary. So you can use Odell Beckham Jr. on your defense and things like that. Fortunately, there isn't one for Brady. And we get the left-hand layup off the window and through. There is a Gronkowski linebacker card as well. They had a Gronkowski challenge where you played a team of Rob Gronkowski's. He was at every position in this year's Madden. It was one of the solo challenges. Yeah, Wilson actually is. They rated him pretty well. It was because those cards are like special cards, so it goes up to 99 overall. Wilson's a 90 wide receiver. My team is 94 overall. I have the video up from last night. There in the videos with the baby not having the best night. I'm going to stay off Madden for the night, but we have mostly a lot of Seahawks players. Donovan McNabb at quarterback. My best players are the upgraded Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor cards. Madden has all the chemistries this year, so we have like the Seahawks chemistry on defense, and I'm a Seahawks homer, so I got a bunch of Seahawks cards on there because I enjoy playing with them, whether they're in the Super Bowl or not, and they haven't been there for a couple seasons. We miss with Phil Jackson, and we get dunked on. I got Tony Dorsett at running back with Jamal Charles, and pretty good squad. I know people have definitely got to 99 overall by now in Madden, but mine's at 94, so we did pretty well in Madden, and we're still playing a little bit just to be entertaining and have fun with the NFL, although the season is over now. And we got Donnie saying go Rams. Rams, they did beat my Seahawks this year in Los Angeles. They got the new coach. They got the new city. Rams they're on the right track. They got Gurley. He had kind of a down season. They got Jeff Goff at QB. I think they'll be a team to reckon with in a season or two. Tavon Austin is a nice player on their offense. Really don't have too much issue with the Rams fans. I live in Central California, so I'm surrounded by Niners fans, as well as Raider fans, which the Raiders and Seahawks don't have that rivalry anymore since Seattle is now in the NFC, former AFC squad. Dawkins and Jackson playing the two-man game between the bigs, and the Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, goes to the rim with the big slam dunk. It'd be pretty cool if Dawkins could shatter the backboard like he used to do in the NBA. Here's Curry, the deep launch. We were offline terribly with that shot. We're going to try to run it down. We can't. Sometimes I shift around on the couch and I get the controller kind of lopsided in my hands, and I shoot shots like that are nowhere close to 6 o'clock. On the analog stick, that one looked better, and it is better for Steph. Yeah, we got that in common. I can't stand the Niner fans, so. Actually, I have a lot of friends that are 49er fans, but I like it when they lose a lot. So Steph's on the handle over to Phil Jackson. Jackson loses the handle. We're going to call for Dawkins to cut. Nope, Jackson decides to cut. We got to shoot it. Clock was getting low. Off the rim and out. And our opponent elevates and dunks on us. Make it 8 apiece. We don't have the best draw with these two big fellas and Steph. Steph trying to provide most of the offense. We'll let Jackson launch again. That shot is ugly, but it goes in. Yeah, Curry is shooting like he's in Denver right now. Jackson to Curry. Dawkins is open. He's going to drive and set up Steph. And we're not able to hit that one. Dawkins with the offensive pull. Curry feeds Dawkins for the dunk. We're up a couple points. Yeah, my sister-in-law is a 49ers fan. Her husband and my brother likes the Dolphins, so I always take some special pleasure in San Francisco losing. They are very conservative people. They were big Colin Kaepernick fans until he decided he was going to take a knee. Now they can't stand him, so I find a lot of irony and humor in that. Oh, that's right. The Hayne plane is what my Australian friend nicknamed his fantasy team when Hayne was in San Fran for a bit. The Seahawks worked him out as well. Decided not to give him a contract offer. He ended up with the Niners. We're going to have to shoot this with Dawkins. Clock was getting low. Here's Richardson. He's cold. He's got a defender on him. It doesn't matter. Q knocks it in. We're tied at 10. Curry, a little hesitation dribble. He feeds the big fella. Rolling to the rack for the elevation sensation with the right hand. Finish. Seahawks and the Supersonics. Russell Wilson trying to bring the Supersonics back. He's part of an investment group that wants to either get an NBA franchise or get one to move to Seattle. And Richardson is getting hot here. He hits another 2-pointer. It's over to Jackson. Jackson's inside. He's going to feed it out to Steph. And that'll drop. We get back on top by 1. We're in a good game here against the Sonics. Yeah, I'm not a Mariners guy either. Being an Oakland A's fan, both clubs are in the AL West. Mariners have not had much luck as a franchise, but they sure have a nice stadium. That Safeco Field is a cool ballpark, retractable roof, and the natural grass. In my teenage years, the Mariners were pretty fun to watch. They had King Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Jay Buhner, Edgar Martinez. We're going to let Phil Jackson try to get the victory, and it's not going to drop. Jackson has that low, short meter from the outside, just enough that he could make one if he's wide open like that. Here's Curry. Steph's going to lay it in, and we're up by 2. Curry's got 10 of the points for us out of our 14. He's going to look to launch with Quentin Richardson. We got Dawkins trying to stay out on Q. We got enough harassment there to get the miss. Here goes Curry flying up court. Over to Dawkins. I don't know why Dawkins is spotting up. Steph, it's green. That's the ball game. We finally get on the winning track. We'll try to keep that rolling. Let's get our 3 picks. That diamond Kevin McHale is up to 98 overall after yesterday's updates. We'd still like to find the McHale. We got the pink diamond Isiah Thomas off the board. Thanks, Chaos. Glad to get a win here. Don't like to have too long of a losing streak on the stream. We're going to get an ad card instead of that diamond that we want. Maybe they added the diamond to the deck and we'll find it right now. Who knows? Next flip is some points. And the last pick is more points. So That's kind of a bummer selection. Let's take a look here. So Draymond did not sell. We're going to put Draymond back in the collection. I just threw him out there because there was only one on the auction house, and I thought we might get a steal of a profit deal on that Draymond card. We don't have the coins to go after an Amthest. We bought out Mike Conley on the last snipe window, or actually a couple windows back. So let's set up a Ruby attempt. Timing is really good as it's 2 past the refresh time. Yeah, I'm looking for Mikal, and I also wouldn't mind finding that Ruby Artest because I'm sure that card plays really well. Artest was an amazing defensive player. So we see Reggie Lewis for 2,900. Not much profit to be made there. We'll just look through. We'll probably look through a couple times, make sure nothing popped out. There's CP3 for 2,000 coins. That's a steal. You see Harden out there. We'll look up what Harden's going for in moments before we make a purchase attempt on it, because that's going to eat up the rest of our coins if we buy it. It was down in price yesterday. It may have rebounded a little bit. That Ruby Harden plays pretty well. So we see a lot of them at 72, 7,000. I think we can get 7,000 out of him, and we'll buy it for 5. So 2,000 profit, give 700 to the house. So we got a couple of snipes. Let's see what is Chris Paul going for, so we know what to list him at. We'll get these listed and get back to playing. So Paul is out here. We see him for 44. We see him at 4,000, which is a pretty good deal on CP3. So 4,000 is the cheapest. We'll look at that one's badges, see what ours has. It's got 3 bronze. Let's go check out our Harden. Excuse me, our Paul. So he's got the same thing. So we'll just put him for 39.5. We'll put Harden for 69.5. We'll have the cheapest ones in the auction house. So we got that Conley out there. We got the Smith. We'll put him for 12 hours. May not sell in the next 4 hours. That way we don't have to deal with it. We don't forget about it and leave it off the market. We're just looking to flip coins. We are now poor in MT. If something else sells, we'll go back to sniping through the evening. Otherwise, we'll just play some blacktop and talk sports the rest of the way. Baby's sleeping pretty well. Tempted to switch over to Madden, but I think it would be a mistake because we don't want to forfeit a game, and I can't let him cry for 35 minutes or so if he starts up in the first quarter. Your friend asked who was better, Meta World Peace or Ron Artest. You know, if your friend is Australian, it's kind of understandable because they don't follow the game or don't get to watch as many games as we do here. If your friend's American and just somebody you know through the internet and asks you that, then you deserve to give him a lot of flack. But yeah, Ron Artest changed his name to Meta World Peace. And we got Beanstalk here as well. Aussie crew coming through. I got started late. It's still good to see you guys. We got LeBron here as well. We got a Rams fan in here, a new visitor. So we're having a nice chat. We just got our first victory of the night. We are 1-2. We got some good snipes. We're hoping that 2K tweets out another pink diamond code. We'll try to get it if they do. I'm going to play against Levine, Nicholas Batum, and Eldred Payton right now. So we're playing dub or die. This guy plays pretty well. I've played against him a handful of times. We let Taj Gibson launch it. Excuse me, I botched his name there. And we won't do that again. Gibson's not an outside shooter. Doing pretty well. Baby had a hard evening. So we didn't get started till like 1 a.m. here. So we were way behind when we wanted to do our stream thing. But he's resting pretty well now. So other than that, I mean, I'm doing great. So it's all good. Glad to be here. Glad to have you guys here as well. As we play a little 2K action. Opponent's playing good defense there on Finley. Yeah, I don't know why I shot it with Gibson. I was already kind of pulling back on the stick when I kicked it out. And then I just said, oh, well, I'm not going to try to pump fake it. And I just tried to hit it. Occasionally, these big fellas hit shots they shouldn't hit. So we got Drew Holiday handing off to Finley. Then Fresh to Death hasn't been in as much the last couple nights, but one of the last times I played him, he drafted DeAndre Jordan, and he hit 2 3-pointers with Jordan on me. But that kid is a really good player. We take it in with Finley. His energy level was low, and his shot was bad. Zach Levine draws the foul. Taj is knocked down. So here's Levine. Kicking it out to Batum. Batum goes right past us for the nice little layup. We'll need to play well against Timo the Titan if we're going to get a victory. Drew Holiday, his brother Justin, was on the Golden State team that won the championship a couple seasons ago. I think Justin's on the Hawks now. And Gibson gets it slapped away. And we recover with Holiday. Peyton inbounds it to us. Here goes Drew with a 2-hand dunk. So we can't slack off with Gibson too much. So we will try to guard on Levine with Finley. Levine pulls that rebound over to Peyton. We strip it from Peyton. Out to Taj, our knockdown shooter. But we're not going to let him launch. It's not fair to our opponent. Finley trying to drive around. Levine back out to Finley. And that goes right in. Yeah, my cousin played for the Seahawks, so I'm a Seahawks fan. I like the A's and the Warriors. And the other 2 big sports. So I'd probably be a Raiders fan if I was not a Seahawk fan. Finley snatches the loose ball, takes it down the court, slams it in. Eldred Payton, left-hand dribble, trying to post up. It's into Levine. We challenge him and get the stop. Here goes Finley in transition. He's going to whip this out to Holiday. And we are on Holiday with the green light shot. My cousin, and look, we're not first cousins. He's never been to the house or anything, but he's a distant relation. He wrote to me a couple times when I was a kid. It's Steve Largent, Hall of Fame wide receiver from the Seahawks. Number 80. He played from, I think, 76 till 1989. So he retired when I was 9 years old. So just knowing that some guy was playing in Seattle, I was distantly related to. I just always liked the Seahawks because of Steve. When he retired, he had the NFL record for the most touchdowns, the most receptions, and the most yards receiving. Art Monk and then Jerry Rice would go on to obliterate all those records. But Largent had a pretty good career. Yeah, it is Steve Largent. So it's Largent is the last name of Largent. He has some pretty good highlights. He's had a Football Life episode on NFL Network past year or so. Came out I have that saved on the DVR. Yeah, you know what? I actually broke my leg playing football. So I went back to playing golf, and that's what I was pretty good at. I actually have a similar build to Largent because he was a small guy, or just a normal sized guy, and I am as well. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily in my blood. We have a distant relationship. We're probably like fifth or sixth cousins. But when I was a tiny child, I didn't know or care about any of that. It was my cousin, and he played for the Seahawks, so I was a Seahawks fan. I just stuck with them ever since. They were pretty terrible after he retired too. And we get it out to Holiday. He's not able to hit the baseline jumper. We're up 3. This is a very good opponent. He hits a little step back with Levine. Yeah, he is related on my paternal grandmother's side. Her maiden name was Largent. We had some family go back and meet him, and they checked out the family trees and stuff. We are related, so I don't know how close related we are. He sent me a couple postcards. Largent is a very religious guy, so they always had like biblical scriptures on them. They would have a picture of him, playing with the Seahawks, and he actually had a comment about commitment to excellence and how that Raiders saying from Al Davis influenced everything he did in his life. He tried to commit to being excellent after playing an away game in Oakland. So he's always been a inspiration of mine, and the reason I'm a Seahawks fan still to this day. So I'm a displaced fan, being a Seahawks fan in Oakland. No, I've never met him in person. I would like to do that one day. He became a congressman from Oklahoma, and he still lives in Oklahoma. And I'm out here in California. I've never been back east. So if I ever see he's doing an autograph signing or something, I'll definitely go and take my son to meet him. Another player that I grew up idolizing is Mark McGuire. I went to the McGuire bobblehead day in Oakland a few years ago. But he was pretty close to me, and I didn't even try to say hi to him or anything, because if he gave me the cold shoulder, it's one of those things where never meet your heroes or whatever. I would have kind of felt like this guy's a jerk, and somebody I grew up trying to play like in Little League and all that stuff. So it'd be really cool to meet Largent just because of the family relation, but I don't expect that I can invite him over for Thanksgiving dinner. We'll go to the backyard and toss the ball around or anything. That would be really cool, but it's probably not going to happen in this lifetime. But I would like to just meet the guy, get a picture with him, have a Largent jersey, have him sign that. Finley goes up with the dunk. Oh, yeah. I've heard that about Jordan. I was at the Nissan Open, which has changed names over the years now, and Tiger Woods rocked right past me. He had just got a double bogey off the 18th hole, and Tiger was just furious. You could see it in his eyes. So he walked right by where I could have stuck out a hand and high-fived him or something, but with him being that upset, I didn't even try to say hi to him. But I think he's got that same personality, similar to Jordan's, where he's just pretty much going to be rude to you unless he decides he wants to talk to you for some reason. Opponent kicking it around. Had a nice look there with Levine. We're in a tough match with dub or die. Finley is hot, and we got enough fouls to get the cheap victory. I'm going to take it. Yeah, if he has one, if there's like a Largent reunion back east, and I am in touch with some of those Largents, that'd definitely be something worth taking the trip out there if Steve is expected around. I got a feeling he doesn't want everybody hounding him and bothering him in his personal life. He had a son that had a lot of special needs with spina bifida, who's now an adult, and I don't know how much they have to do. And we get Pink Diamond Isiah. This is going to be a quick sell because we already have him. That is kind of disgusting. We wanted to get Kevin McHale, but we find Zeke again. So we're going to see Zeke bite the dust because I have no other options with him. He's going to get quick sold for $11.50. I can't send him to auction. I'm not going to swap him out because I put badges on my other one. So Zeke, it's been good and it's been fun, but it hasn't been a lot of either. Thank you for the 1,150 coins. Boom. Headshot for Zeke. And the board resets. Zeke is off of it. We don't have Dennis Johnson or Kevin McHale. We'd like to get that ReadBR test as well. Zeke bites the dust. 99 overall. I wish I could have given it to one of you guys. It just doesn't work that way. Madden has trades enabled. We haven't sold anything yet, so we can't get back to sniping. Oh yeah, I know. Well, I don't know a lot of Chameleonaire songs, but I know who you're talking about. So that's pretty funny. That he has a rap dedicated to Jordan after Jordan disrespected him. We get Diamond Shack. That is a high MT reward if you put together the historic Magic squad. And Irving has a high school prospect cousin that declined going to UCLA on scholarship. That's a shame because it's one of those things he'll look back throughout his whole life and wonder what if. Just like you're wondering what if he could have gone to the pros or at least had a big college career. Keeping an eye on that Twitter page for 2K just in case we see the Pink Diamond Kevin Love tweet come out again. Yeah, Rondo, that guy's had a good career, and he's an entertaining player to watch. Point guard who can get in there and rebound, do a little bit of everything on the floor. So Kurt Mann is Chaos's superstar. And we got Alex Weston and Benny Hillslip for Beanstalk. And it makes me feel like I don't know much about sports because I don't know those guys. I got a feeling they might be cricketers in Australia. We're working the ball around. Get a launch with Harden. It's telling me my controller batteries are low. Seems like when I run the microphone, my batteries go even faster. We're going to see how this Shaq plays. We got Mario Elliott as well. We're playing against 1Q94. That's the opponent's squad. Here goes Big Shaq Diesel. Speaking of rappers, I actually enjoyed Shaq when I was 12, 13 years old. You Can't Stop the Rain was one of Shaq's better songs, in my opinion. As our opponent launches from downtown, it's no good. Shaq is just a straight up beast. Backs down the opponent and lays it up and in. Diesel trying to get the shot block, kicks out to Quentin Richardson. That's off the iron. Looking at the chat, not paying good attention to this game. So Get Me Out of Here Coach is a big Rondo fan. Getting a quick history of Alex Weston. Would have thought you Australian guys would be Greg Norman fans or Adam Scott fans. We turn it over. Here's Q from downtown. We jump out at him with Shaq. Shaquille Rashawn O'Neal. One of my favorite players, although he never played for Golden State. He was just a lot of fun to watch in his career. Shaq probably should have been on the original Dream Team, but the collegiate star they took was Christian Laettner instead of Shaq. Leitner had a good career, but not a Hall of Fame caliber one. Jason Day in golf, yeah. Jason Day's pretty good as well. He has a Golf Digest that came out probably a year or so ago. Him and his son are on the cover, and it's supposed to be how to teach your son or how to teach your kid how to golf. So I put that away for my son. Not that I don't have a history of golf instruction, but I can always learn something. So whenever my son starts to be able to stand, he'll have a golf club in his hand, and hopefully he'll enjoy it. But I promise not to be like Earl Woods and force him to do stuff he doesn't like. We're up 5-zip. Shaquille pulling the rebound. Should we let Shaq shoot it from the outside? We will, and it's terrible. I got some laughs when I let Taj Gibson shoot it, so I decided to let Shaq try it as well. Throws the lob. Jason Kidd whips it out to his teammate. That's not going to drop. No more threes for the Diesel in this game. Unless the shot clock's about to expire. Oh man, Wilt versus Shaq. Hard to know. Wilt retired before I was around. Wilt was absolutely dominant, but there were not other big men of his size and caliber that he really competed against. I think Wilt could shoot it a bit better than Shaquille, so I think in a one-on-one, Wilt has more range, and he has enough strength, and he is a little bit taller than Shaq as well. I think I give Wilt the slight edge in a one-on-one matchup. Shaq was just a guy that backed everybody down and dunked it, laid it in. He was great on the lob game in his day. Shaq was unique because he was a beast among big men. Guys like David Robinson looked kind of small compared to him, even though they're about the same height. But Wilt was really chiseled, and I think Wilt was 7'4", so I think his speed, length, and ability to shoot it would give Wilt a chance and a slight edge over Shaq. Wilt also was a high school track star, so that would be my guess. I guess we could put them together somehow and run a simulation. We need a one-on-one tournament mode here in 2K so we can find out. Jason Kidd trying to post up on Shaq. My opponent's getting stubborn. We're gonna get to the miss. And the chat is going and it's enjoyable, but I'm gonna try to divert my eyes to the game and close this out. And Indian Jacking's in the house as well. Good to see you. Indian, there were some special buzzer beater Portland Trailblazer packs out today. You had to buy them with VC only. They cost 7,500 VC. I bought 2. I got Harkles. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. And I got Terry Slots. Those were my 2 Blazer items. And the rest of it was just garbage. I thought I was going to pull something good out of those buzzer beater Blazer packs. I even made a little video in case I pulled something good because it was the Blazers and I was thinking of you. So I turned on the stream for like 30 seconds just to open those 2 packs as my son was upset during the daytime. But it was no good. And now that you're here, I want to hear your thoughts on Miles Plumlee to the Nuggets and what you think about that trade between Denver and Portland. Harkless, I guess I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know I botch a lot of the names, so appreciate you guys not just shutting off the stream when I mess up. Shaq with the block on Quentin Richardson. They're already gone, I think. They were just like limited time for a couple hours. I'd not seen a buzzer beater pack, so I thought, oh, this is cool. There's going to be something good in here. And at least for me, there wasn't. I even went to Twitter to see what other people were getting. And somebody had pulled the Ruby Jokic from the Nuggets. So I thought, well, maybe I'll pull a Ruby or something cool. not to be for DonyellFreak. Harden with the elevation sensation, two-hand dunk. We're up 5 in this match. Shaq's doing pretty good on Richardson. Seems like Q should be able to just run right around him, and he does get a layup on that possession. So that's pretty good then. If Plumlee was going to be someone that you guys were losing or not able to extend, to get some controllable pieces for him. And then Portland got the first rounder from Denver in that trade, I believe, with Portland sending back a second. So you get a couple assets out of the deal. Kid, he's going to whip it out here to Richardson, and it's down to just a 2-point game. Levine, okay. Yeah, I have a tendency to want to read it off as Levine. And I know that you're right about it because I've heard it pronounced, but sometimes I forget. We're going to get that dunk with Harden. So it is a Grizzlies pick. I did not find out which pick it was. I thought it was Denver's pick. So, yeah, I agree about that. I figured it would be lottery protected, as usually teams that are on the border protect their lottery selections. Harden to beat the buzzer with the right-hand dunk. Get me out of here, coach. Giving me a hard time. Doesn't realize I am a Donyell Marshall fan. Maybe he does. Maybe he just doesn't care. Marshall played with Golden State and went to Connecticut. We get fouled by Jackson. We're up by 2. Could launch a 2-pointer, try to close out. Harden's kind of getting what he wants. Dunks it on Jason Kidd. And we can win with the next point that we score. Richardson from deep. Doesn't hit it. Here goes Shaq. Shaq coast to coast for the victory. And Beanstalk suggesting we have a hard names stream. That will not be a good result for me if I do that. So are you hopeful that they'll make another trade and move either Turner or Crabtree before the deadline, Indian Jacking? As we flip over our cards, we just got the pink diamond Isiah for anybody joining the chat. We already had him, so we had to quick sell him because you can't auction it or give it away. We flip over a bronze. Get me out of here, coach. I take you seriously, man, because you are the coach of the stream. So we got to take it serious. Whenever you have a criticism, I got to work on my game. I host your channel, so whatever you tell me is the gospel. CP3 has sold for us. We got a little bit of coins. Our timing is really good for a snipe. So let's go see if we can catch a ruby for cheap. Jacking expects better from the Blazers than he's getting. Happy we delivered a win while he's here, because he will get livid if we lose and waste his time. So we're just scrolling through these. 2,700 for Reggie Lewis. It may not have refreshed yet, but we'll just go through the filters a couple times. See if we don't find a gem. Only 18, that's all right. At 18, I coached a few little kids leagues when my friend wasn't able to fulfill his obligation. They were like 10-year-olds playing basketball, so I'm going to go ahead and take your coaching seriously whenever you offer up any. Just because I'm 36, twice your age, doesn't mean I can't learn a lot. So the all-arounds, we want to filter out Havlicek. Let's see if Weber's out there for cheap. Not at that price, he is not. We'll look for Bosch. Yeah, maybe Okafor would flourish for you guys, though. But he hasn't done a whole lot in the NBA yet, so we'll see what the Blazers do. Now, whenever there's Blazers news, I'm thinking of Indian jacking. Need to get his take and see if it was the right or wrong move. So we're not seeing anything yet that we want. Might not be anything good this time around. Well, Get Me Out of Here coach is super smart. In college, majoring in physics and chemistry. Like the Big Bang Theory, but in real life. And probably not as quirky as those guys on the show. Indian Jacking's also a very bright guy. Going to have a career in law enforcement. About to finish college with Get Me Out of Here coach starting out. No, dude, you're a bright guy. I'm not making fun of you. I appreciate the work you're doing. I said you're like those guys, but not as quirky. And those guys are just actors. You're actually doing all those equations, and you have the mind for it. I can't even pronounce Zach Levine or Zach Levine's name correctly. I'm lucky I can even get on the Twitter, or excuse me, the Twitch app and be here with you guys, so. And we got Irving graduating this year. Congratulations to Irving on your degree. Jacking's graduating this June. Irving's graduating middle school. That's cool. Next year will be full of new experiences going to high school. You guys are making me feel really old, but I'm glad that I'm still here, and I'm doing my best to entertain all you young fellas. We're going to play a match now with Kevin Durant and Ray Allen. So Plumlee got his car broken into, was late to practice. And we get Jabari Parker rounded out, so this is a decent squad. Kind of surprised so many of these millionaire athletes are still driving themselves around these days, especially the guys that get DUIs and stuff. The Seahawks make a Uber-like cab service available to all their players. Derek Coleman got a DUI a couple seasons ago, leading to his release. That's certainly not what happened to Plumlee, getting his car broken into, but you'd think they just have somebody drive him around with all the bucks they have and with these teams supporting them, not mess with getting tickets and the hassle of having their cars exposed. Definitely going to be watching the All-Star Weekend. Well, we're glad you're still here. Get me out of here, Coach. That's tough that you went through all that in your childhood. Glad that you are still with us and you're rising above all of it to better society and better yourself in college with some definitely difficult subjects to understand. I'd be completely lost if you showed me any of your work, but I do appreciate that you're doing it. We get it out to KD, and that drops right on in. No, I don't think it's bad at all. I remember lots of seasons like that with the Warriors. I've told the story on stream before. Sorry if you guys have heard it before, but one year Golden State had the worst record. That was the year that Yao Ming and Jay Williams were going to be 1 and 2 overall in the draft. Of course, Golden State could only finish third as a worst case scenario, and they did. So they got Mike Dunleavy Jr. instead of Yao Ming. But there's times where it just seems better for your team to lose, so you get better picks. I agree with you. Get me out of here, Coach. We all have challenges and things we have to deal with, but your story's interesting, and I'm glad you're here to share it with us. And we can give each other a bad time all we want, but I really do appreciate you and that you're here and what you're doing with your life. It would have been easy to go the wrong way from what it sounds like. And it's easy for anybody to go the wrong way, but especially coming from difficult circumstances and having to dodge bullets or dodge people that would take your life away from you. That's serious stuff. We're on here, this is just fun and games, so we just try to have a good time. But you're doing it right, and I'm glad you are, and glad to know you as well. As we get scored on by Jabari Parker. Yeah, reading's one of my favorite things to do as well. I've done a lot less of it the last couple of years as we try to get pregnant, and then we're pregnant, now we have the baby. But reading's always good. You can get into the mind of people that have lived before us, whether it's MLK or Lincoln or anybody from the past that has an autobiography, or just there's poems or copies of speeches that they gave. Reading is huge and a great way to expand your mind. As we get dunked on, having more fun with the chat than I am playing at the moment, so my play's suffering. We're playing Ray J's fan club, so I don't think I want to lose to anybody that's got Ray J's fan club as their team name. He may just be trolling us, but we need to get this victory. It's out to Parker. We're late on defense, and he drills it from deep. Odin had the famous picture that he put out on the internet because he had so much free time to text women instead of playing basketball with all his millions. Bonzi Wells dunks it on us. We're down by 3. Durant feeds it to Allen. Not able to get that through. He's going to step back and launch. Try to prevent that, and Ray J's fan club is destroying us. We're down by 5. Yeah, that would be great if you ended up with NASA. I don't know about the upsides and downsides of it, but hopefully we'll keep going with the space program. There's been talk of the space program either being defunded or being reduced, but at some point I think human beings are going to need to find another planet, and NASA is our best bet. Harden with a couple of green releases, and we cut that 5-point lead to just a point. And there are people that think we faked the moon landing as Indian jacking. Playfully asked if we've ever been there or not. Parker working on Durant. Slim Reaper in decent position. He's going to get the stop. feeds it over to Ray Allen, to Parker, to KD, and we finally missed one with him. Had a good look, yanked the shot stick. You can see the shot stick is not green because we didn't pull it straight back. Harden working on Ray Allen. Skip pass to Parker. Parker goes past Durant and dunks it home. I agree with Indian jacking. The injuries are a better way to go out if you're not going to extend your career. And we try to throw it across court. We get it stolen by Harden. We're making a nice comeback. Now it's trending the other way. Harden's going to lay that in. Down 3. Allen's got the handle. Out to KD. Probably should have launched it right away. Wasn't sure which player was going to receive the pass. Durant to the rack with the two-hand slam. Yeah, I've read or I've heard, I don't remember if I read it or heard it, but I've heard like 1% of the ocean's been explored. So there is a lot that we don't know about our own planet. But I think just with population growth, it would be good eventually to find a way to sustain life elsewhere. I know there's the projects to go to Mars, which is a one-way trip if anybody does it. It'd be interesting to see if that happens in my lifetime. I suspect it'll happen in my son's, at least an attempted mission. For some brave folks that sign up for life on another planet. Harden working on Ray Allen. He's got the cutter. And we're down by 4. KD working on Parker. Durant's kept us in this game. We haven't shot it particularly well with the other players. And shot clock's getting low. Going to have to launch it. Durant a little step away from Parker. He hits it, and we're still in this game. We need to stop and another 2-point make if we're going to get back into a tie. Harden with a tough pull. Durant leaping up, taking that rebound. Cross court to Parker. This guy's been crushing us with Parker. I was trying to pull the double team and set up Ray Allen. He did well not to allow it. So we're going to feed it back to Durant. Step back and launch it. That was offline. Barely ticks iron. He lets it go out of bounds. Smart move on his part. Yeah, underwater would be pretty good. There's that huge sea of trash in the Pacific Ocean. So I don't know about how good the water is at this point for people to live in. As Parker goes by me, lays it in. We got an interesting chat going tonight. Not our usual sports only theme. I agree on Trump being the president. Personally, not a fan of Donald. I try to keep from getting too political on it, but on the stream at least. But I didn't vote for him. I don't support him. I'm afraid of what may happen. Already huge scandals breaking loose with our security advisor resigning with connections to Russia. Trump also was rude to Turnbull of Australia on a phone call a few weeks ago, so that's something I don't like, for him to be disrespecting our allies. But unfortunately, the election is lost and over with, so we just have to make the best of it and resist wherever we can peacefully and legally. In my home city, there was a 12-year-old girl who went through all the proper channels to come to America. Her family's from Yemen, and he signed that ban restricting travel. So her dad had went to get her in Djibouti, Africa, and they were stranded for a week until the ban was lifted. Fortunately, they're back home here in California now. But a lot of knee-jerk things like that happening with the new administration that at least I personally don't approve of. Yeah, there is quite a bit of talk of the Russian influence, a lot of propaganda spreading through Facebook and other social media, as well as possibility of funds being transferred to his campaign. He's going to hold a campaign rally this weekend. He's already gearing up to try to win in 2020 when he's only been at the job for less than a month. So I'll switch the subject, at least on the mic, because I don't want to say anything to offend anybody on the other side. I certainly have a lot of respect for many Republicans, just Trump is not one of them. That's my personal feeling on it. We're playing against Jeremy Lin, Sheldon Anderson. I'm not sure who the other player is. Been taking more losses than we want. We got Bibby and Jason Terry with this Amthest Jimmy, and we're going to try to get back on the winning streak. It's Seahawks against the D-Dubs. Playing against Do Bear 33. And he lays it up and in on us. He's got the Hawaii uniforms. This guy might be actually to the west of me. And if he is, it's not even midnight there in Hawaii. Terry, kick out to Bibby. We waited too long to launch that. Jeremy Lin was right in our face, but it still went in for Bibby. So we're up early, and we need to get some wins. We want to get another pink diamond Isiah that we have to quick sell. Just kidding, we're really wanting to get that diamond Kevin McHale to add to the collection. Jimmy's on the handle. Out to Bibby. Kick out to Butler, and we get a green release. And Jacking's going to be at the Juvenile Correctional Facility volunteering tomorrow, so that's important stuff. He wants the victory, so we better get him one, so he can be refreshed, helping out the young fellas and maybe the young gals that need some guidance tomorrow. We get the rebound off the miss. Cycle it over to Butler. It's a green release. And we're rolling 8-1 at this moment. Lin's on the handle. He elevates, but Jason Terry with the kind of dirty play of undercutting Lin. Hand down, man down. Mark Jackson saying chaos, dropping the announcer lingo on us. Coach Jackson was happy when he got fired from Golden State. It's kind of creating an us versus them deal with a lot of the players. I know Bogut did not like Mark Jackson. And Butler misses off the front rim. A little late with our release on that shot. What ages are those kids going to be tomorrow? At least in general. The younger guys, or are they like a lot of 16, 17-year-olds? Indian Jacking giving us the information that he's helping out the youth. A lot of them have quite a bit of time to go in juvenile facility. And we got Bibby for the cutter. And then I have another follow-up question for Indian jacking. Have you ever seen the show Scared Straight? And if you have, do you believe that type of intervention works with troubled youth? As Lynn sets it up to Anderson. That's cool, the beat within. Checking out the chat while we play. We get a shot clock violation on D-dubs. Bibby out to Butler. And that's going to rattle home, I think. Yes, it will. We're up by 8 points, trying to get Indian jacking the win. He doesn't like to see us losing. Doesn't have time to waste. Jason Terry wants to shoot it. His first shot goes through, and we're up 9 on D-dubs. Lynn with the fadeaway. Not going to get it. Jimmy's going to elevate with the left hand. Thanks for the thoughtful reply. I've had my doubts watching it if it really had any long-term impact. They usually will show a little summary of what's happened a few months later with those kids, and a lot of them seem to relapse after going through that program. So Indian jacking, advocating for fixing things, the foundation at home. I think, of course, that makes a lot of sense, and when possible is the best route to go, because if your home life is chaotic, it's just going to fester into everything else. We get a posterizer badge. Those are fun to have. We get the upper body card, which we don't really care much about, and we get to reset the lineup. Let's go over and see if anything's sold. It has not. Our timing is not great with the auction house. So we'll look at our squad again, and we'll get Zeke another match. We drafted another pink diamond Isiah. I'll probably make a short YouTube video of that card flipping over and us quick selling it tomorrow as a highlight, because it's bittersweet to only get 1,100 coins for your pink diamond. We get Jerry Stackhouse with Isiah and Walt Williams. I keep looking over at the 2K Twitter, looking for another Kevin Love pink diamond code. Not happening so far tonight. Maybe it'll drop at 3 a.m. or something, and everybody in the stream will get one. Who knows? It might be our lucky night. And we're searching for a match. Sometimes the pink diamond Isiah takes a minute to find an opponent. I'm in Merced County, which is right in the center of California. Just mostly a place people drive through, unless they end up commuting from here. And we see that Irving, who's graduating middle school, has followed us. Appreciate that. We got you followed back and friended as well. Followers keep on growing, and we appreciate every one of them. So San Diego is like 6 hours away by car. Really nice town to visit, but not a place I've got to spend a lot of time in. Went to San Diego on my honeymoon and took a cruise out of the port back when they still cruised out of San Diego. Now it's moved back to Long Beach exclusively, at least for Carnival. And we're searching for a match. It's taking a minute. Chaos has no love for Melo. I'm not a Carmelo fan myself. Be interesting to see if he ends up with LeBron this season or down the road, as they have stated they'd like to play together at some point, along with Chris Paul. That does sound like a nice honeymoon. Just make sure the Zika virus is not in effect in the Caribbean when you go. I think that's gotten more under control. We're going to play against a double center matchup with a power forward, so he's got all bigs playing against us here. It's Supreme. I think we lost Get Me Out of Here coach for the time being. I'd ask him how to pronounce Isinova's name. And we also are going to be playing against Mahami and Whiteside. I was worried about that virus making its way up through California. We don't have that mosquito indigenous to my area, but I still planted some plants to drive away mosquitoes while my wife was pregnant. That was pretty scary stuff. Chris Paul is Chaos's favorite. Oh, Beanstalk's favorite player. Looked at these chat wrong. He's got the same name as his twin. We're getting backed in on by these big fellas. We're playing against the Gangbangers, which is a name I don't appreciate. So we'll try to beat him. It's out to Zeke, and that's good. Yeah, those Olympics in Brazil definitely drove away some of the potential athletes from competing this year. No, I didn't see anything afterwards. I remember that pool that kept turning green during the swimming and diving competitions. I know that those things usually turn into ghost towns after the Olympics leaves. I saw something like that after Russia hosted the Sochi games. I'll have to check that out, what's going on in Brazil now. We get a green light release from the Wizard, Walt Williams. We're up 5-1. This guy did not get a good draw. He airballs it, catches the air ball, and misses the layup attempt. That was a mistake pass to Williams. Fortunate that didn't get picked off. We got Zeke out here trying to drive around. He gets fouled. And we got Splash City joining right now. I know Splash is another young fella that happens to pop by time to time. I think Splash thinks that I'm balding. I'm going to have to show my face on the Connect again sometime and show that I still have my hair. He always posts that one picture in there. Mama, there goes that man. Stackhouse, dunking on the big. Everybody is big on the opponent's squad. 2 centers and the power forward. It's into Whiteside. He's going to slam that in. Top to stack. And that's going to rattle out. Good clean look. We just didn't make it. Here goes Whiteside. Kicks it out to Mahami. Back to Whiteside. And a dunk. I guess I should just be crowding the paint because he's not got the outside shooting or ball movement to really do much else. We set up with Williams and drop it down from deep. Up by 5. Seahawks and the Gangbangers. He's able to score on us with Hassan Whiteside. Here's Zeke. Drawing the double. Setting up the wizard, and it's green and good from downtown. You know, I saved your email, and I need to just put the link in the About Me. I'm going to do that tonight for sure. And I think we should start the league probably as late as we can, but before the season starts, like that weekend before the season starts. So if there's injuries or anything, nobody wastes like their first round pick on a guy that's going to miss the whole year. Somebody blows out their elbow in spring training. We set up Williams. Good defense there. I've been meaning to get the league started. I think Chaos wants to play as well. Anybody that wants to play can shoot me their email, but I will just make it a public league and put it here on the stream. If you guys like, I'll just do it this evening when we're wrapping up the stream, so it'll be available. It'd be cool if some of the Aussies played. I think Chaos said he's down to play fantasy baseball this year with us. And it's a free league. We're just having fun playing for pride. Obviously, I'm fairly competitive because I like to win and entertain at the same time here on Twitch. So I'll do my best to give you guys a run for the title. Indian Jacking seems to know his stuff when it comes to baseball as well, so I'll consider him the early favorite that I'm looking to knock off. He's going to introduce his kids as Bryce Harper. That's cool. It's a good idea. Hopefully your lady will go for that, though. Beanstalk, there's never a better time to learn than this season. And we got Paul in here. I'm going to block you, Paul, because you're attacking Chaos. That's not how we do things. So, Paul, you're banned. Nightbot held you out. Came in to say that Chaos is trash. I don't see why you would do that. Chaos is a cool guy, and we appreciate him being here. So, no idea why that guy's trolling around in the stream. But Beanstalk, you know, you can always check out the box scores, do a little research, and play with us if you'd like to. No pressure, but if you want to, we don't mind a new baseball fan checking it out. It was username Paul CAC, and we have the auto moderation, held it out. He just came in to attack Chaos, so he's gone, and he won't be coming back unless he goes and makes another account just to be a troll, and then he'll get banned again. They launch it from the outside, it rattles out. We're banning people and playing at the same time. We're savages like that. Hassan Whiteside from deep, and it goes out of bounds. Okay, if you want me to if you want me to unban the guy, I will. Chaos. I figured he was some guy just being a knucklehead, so I got him out of here. Yeah, that was a terrible shot from downtown with Whiteside. He was getting beat pretty good, so. Oh, I'm sorry, Beanstalk. let me get that guy on ban. I thought the guy was for real. So let me go into my settings and find out how to take somebody off ban while we flip over these picks. Apologies to Paul. I thought he was serious, so he got the ban hammer. And we flip over our stuff. We're late for a snipe. We got to find out where it's at here to get Paul on ban. I think it's in security and privacy. All right, Indian, get some sleep, buddy. It's late here on the West Coast. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate the volunteer work you're doing with the youth tomorrow. And I don't know where to find this guy that I have banned. Looking it up on the internet. I'll get Paul in here in just a second. Paul got rejected like Dikembe Mutombo with the shot block. So it's supposed to be in my channel settings. Let me go find this real quick. Sorry to bring the stream to a halt, but that's what I did. Paul Blart, the mall cop. We get a chance to find out where the banned users are as we sold that Ruby Harden. So I'm still looking for the setting, guys. Sorry about this. I thought he was a serious dude, so we knocked him out of the chat. So it's supposed to be here in the channel settings. At the bottom of the page is what I'm reading on Reddit. Alright, we find Paul. And I'm clicking on his name, trying to get it erased. And I don't know how to do it. Mods can do it. Let me see if I can just do it like on ban. I see his username in the ban chatters, but I don't know what to do to get it out there. It's not like you can click a little X on it. It's just showing the people that have been banned. Alright, so let's try that. Splash City dropping the knowledge on us. Alright, that did work. Thank you, Splash City. I know that Splash City is a moderator for I'm Best Ever 123. That's where I got to know Splash from when he was doing a giveaway one night. Splash ended up winning after I won it because it's a PS4 stream. So here we go. We're going to play another match. I don't know why it's not working for Chaos, because we got Chaos, Jacking, and Fresh at S City authorized to do whatever they feel necessary in the stream. We draft Kelly Onik. I'm going to set up a quick Yahoo League, and we'll snipe at the same time, so that way anybody that wants to play while we're talking about it can get in. We'll just make it an open league. We got Dick Barnett as well. We'll go snipe at 5 past the window as we set up this league. Hey Paul, I'm sorry man. I thought you were serious. Chaos is my buddy, so I figured you're just somebody that had a run-in with him and came to attack him. So that's why I dropped the ban hammer on you, man. I'm sorry about that. You can say and do what you want. You're friends with Chaos and brothers with Beanstalk. So I'm creating a Yahoo League right now. Shouldn't take too long to get this set up. And I will link it in a post and as well in the About Me until we get it filled. We'll set it for the end of March, and we'll set up a real date as we get closer. Probably do a time that everybody can try to draft here. I know we got a lot of Australians that might hop in, so we'll do it late night here in the US. So, league name needs to be changed. Just a second. Sorry to hold you guys up while we get this set up. We'll get into play in just a second. And as we creep up on it, we will go and snipe here. Okay, I don't have any of the settings set up yet. This is just going to paste it in if anybody wants to click onto the invite link, and I'll put it in the About Me as well. Let me go ahead and edit these panels up and create a new panel real quick. Alright, so that should be in the About Me section. Coming up right now, we're going to save that on the panels, and I'll also put it, and unfortunately that's not clickable, so let me redo that. Put the link underneath it real quick. Anybody that wants to play fantasy baseball, it's free and fun. We're just going to have a good time. Chaos is supposed to play with us. Indian Jacking is supposed to be in. I'll be in it as well. I'm just going to throw out a post there, so it's clickable everywhere for anybody that wants to get in. Hope that Beanstalk will do it. Hopefully Paul will do it. Hopefully Paul's not mad at us. Maybe Splash City. Anybody that's interested is more than welcome. We're going to try to snipe real quick. We got some coins. Let's see if we can't find a Amthest when it refreshes here. You might surprise yourself. I actually did one time. I did an NHL fantasy league, and I don't follow hockey very closely, but I was able to win it. So don't roll yourself out, Beanstalk. You might get more into baseball than you thought, and have a good draft and whatnot. I think Beanstalk is a sleeper team that we all need to keep an eye out for. So we are 5 past. We're just waiting to see if we can't catch something for 13,000. If not, we're going to go back to playing. Got quite a few viewers at the moment. Any of you that are new to the stream, if you'd like to follow, I will follow you right back. Appreciate the views and the support. The music is keeping my... Today he's 4 months old, my 4-month-old son asleep. So sorry that I'm making you sleepy, but it is to keep him calm and sleeping as we stream and parent at the same time. We're now 6 past. There might not be anything coming up this cheap in the Amthest market. We'll try it for like 1 more minute, then we'll go play. Beanie is the Sixers, man. You roll him out, and then he's right there in the playoffs, taking it down. And we keep refreshing. We're not seeing anything. It's now 7 past the hour. Let's take a quick look at the Ruby selections. We'll just speed through these real quick at 5,500. If there's nothing good, we'll get back into play right off this attempt. So we'll look at the wingman. I'm just keeping my eyes glued to the buy it now price as we scroll through. We see Lewis is pretty cheap, but he's always pretty cheap. You guys are going to have the tipping, all right. I don't think I'll know what I'm doing, but I'll definitely give it a go. Do you guys set that up through like Yahoo Sports, or is it just something where you do it amongst yourselves and make your picks? I did okay in AFL tipping this year, so maybe I can learn something else as well. NRL, excuse me. Chaos, Paul, and Beanstalk are going to be in it. We're going through these rubies, trying to find a bargain. So far, it's just garbage. Let's see what the Webbers are going for. 33 and 36. I guess we could buy both of them. Try to flip them for a profit. We'll do that. The other one's at 34 or at 43, so put ours at 42. Let's see if there's a cheap Bosch out there. Bosch market is a bit up. Don't want to buy them at 35 though. So we bought a couple Webbers. We put them out for 12 hours. We got Conley and Smith out there as well. And we'll go play after this listing. So it's a small profit on C-Web, but profit's profit. So here we go. It's Curry, Onik, and Dick Barnett. And Paul breaking down the dating scene in Australia. And we're going to play against Westbrook, Irving, and DeHonte Jones. And we got Rashad here saying, code my team. Good to see you, Rashad. Not sure what you're getting at. Playing blacktop because while I play, my son's here sleeping. So at least I'm playing a fast mode if he starts to wake up and needs something. He's 4 months old today. We get fouled and wait for the ball to get checked in. Playing against the Demons. Hopefully they will not get too much possession of the ball or our souls. Onik with a dunk. Kicks it out to the open shooter who knocks it in from downtown. That was DeHonte Jones. Out to Dick Barnett. He's got that broken looking jumper, but it goes right through. From deep. Westbrook to Jones, back to Russell. He's out of bounds. We're going to take possession from the Demons. We'll teach them what it's like to be possessed. Onik, it's green and good from the wing. Yeah, I need to check out my NBA tips as well. There was a lot of games tonight. I picked the 2 away teams. There's 2 more games before the All-Star break this evening. I thought the NBA was stopping on the Wednesday night games, but we got some Thursday night action in the NBA coming up. Working the ball around here, Barnett, Onik, and Curry. Trying to get something good. It's out to Barnett. He's got that quick release, and that's good. Russell Westbrook drives by us, dunks it in. Trying to keep up with the chat as well as we play. Curry's on the handle. Out to Onik. Big fella can shoot it. We're rolling here early on. 9-3 at the moment. He's got a wide open dunk with Jones. Yeah, I think I went with Boston as well. If they're the away team, that's who I picked. Hopefully they'll let us try to pick the dunk contest and 3-point winners as well on the 2K app for some more VC. Chaos saying Dwayne Wade's dropping 50. I think Jimmy Bucket's more likely to go for 50 at this stage than Wade, but who knows? He might turn back the clock a little bit and go off. Shot clock's getting low for the Demons. And we'll get the miss off the rim. Curry's on the handle. Steph wants to elevate, and he will with the 2-hand dunk. We're going to shot block on Russell Westbrook. Here's Barnett pushing it up over to Curry. Haven't seen the walking canoe pop in tonight. Hopefully he's doing well. We got the other Aussies here, the other FIFA stars, as well as Paul joining up, saying hello. A little misunderstanding. Paul got lost for a minute, but he's back in the stream with us. Curry can't hit. Transition 2 is no good. We're back in transition. Looking for Onik. And he's going to dunk it home. Beanstalk advocating for the Bulls. Probably right. I'm not the best tipper in the NBA. But I'm trying to pay more attention because it's 50 free VC if you get the games right on the 2K app. Barnett up court. We got good shooting all around. It's to Steph. And he's going to rattle that through. It's a long 1-point shot. I thought it was a 2-pointer. Transition 2. Nothing but net for Kyrie. 3 wrong tonight for Chaos. That's pretty good. There was a lot of games tonight. I'll have to see what's going on with my selections in a minute. Seems like my 2K app takes forever to update, so I don't know who won or who lost unless I go look at the scores on like NBA.com or ESPN. We had a closeout 2-point attempt. It's no good. Kyrie in transition. He wasn't even set. He drills it from deep. Pretty impressive shot. Curry's on the handle. He's got Barnett open. Back out to Steph. It's green. It's good, and that's the ball game. So it's 4 minutes until the auction house should refresh. I think we'll just play another match so we can get in as many games as possible before we wrap up in an hour or so. We got the pink diamond Isiah tonight. We already have that card, so we had to quick sell it. Still want to get the diamond Mikel and the Amthest Johnson. We get a whole lot of garbage on those 3 picks. I don't think anything is sold yet. We got a lot of stuff listed. And maybe tomorrow before it goes. Let's go play another match. It's going to be Michael Finley up now. See, we got some new viewers checking it out. Appreciate you guys stopping in and the views. If you don't mind hitting follow, I will follow you guys back as well. We got Finley with Raymond Felton, and we're going to round out the squad here with our next pick. Yeah, he's being good now. He had a hard evening, so that's why we started at 1 a.m. here. He was upset from like 11 p.m. till 1 a.m., which is not like him. He's usually asleep by the nighttime. But he's being good now on his fourth birthday, so to speak. 4 months old today. So we got Rip. We got the double Amthest squad. Yeah, I hope Paul follows, because I owe him a follow back after slapping the band hammer down thinking he was attacking Chaos. Wasn't going to stand for that. So we're looking for a match. Takes a while when we get deep into the night sometimes. If it goes past the hour, we'll probably go try to snipe something and come back to it. And we do have a couple new followers. Going to see who it is here. We got Paul and we got Rashad. Appreciate both of you guys following. I'm following you back right now. Hope to catch you guys streaming sometime. Don't know if Paul has the same internet as Beanstalk, but Beanstalk has told me he wouldn't be able to stream with the internet connection in Australia. But I am looking forward to seeing one of you guys hopefully streaming FIFA game so I can watch you guys play your Pro-Am as a team. I think we'll have to get Walking Canoe to do that some night. If Chaos doesn't do it, we're going to play against the Onyx LeBron, Ilsanova. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I need to get me out of here, coach, to correct my pronunciation. And Rex Chapman. We got the double Amy group here, so there's no excuses for not getting the victory. We got good shooting. Let's see how this goes. So Chaos does stream. I need to catch Chaos sometime. Whenever I see you guys on, I think I'm just gonna host your channel. It's supposed to be doing that automatically for you guys already, and I'm just gonna be fanboy in the chat, reading the whole time. I do enjoy watching FIFA. I know you guys play it better than I do, so looking forward to that whenever it happens. We're playing against the Jordans, so I got a feeling he's not a fan of DeAndre Jordan. Probably Michael. He's got the red and black uniforms. We're testing out Rip Hamilton. We haven't used him before. Finley's wide open. We don't get the green release. Actually, we don't even get the make. Finley runs down the rebound, but he's out of bounds. We need to knock those down with Finley when he's wide open like that. Best part is you work for the ISP. So you need to wire up the special connection to your guys' home. And I don't know if you and Beanstalk are still at home with your family, or if you guys have gone to your own places, but you gotta hook up Beanstalk as well, man. Finley from downtown. Usually we're really good with Finley. This is not starting well in this game. 2 misses from deep. My opponent's not really playing good defense, so if he's going to let us shoot wide open 2-pointers, should bode well for a victory. That is a fun time to be at home with the family. less responsibility, and you're already working, so you have money to spend on the weekends or whenever you get your days off. We're going to get a dunk here with Finley, but you got to wire up the you got to wire up the high-speed connection if you got the ISP job. And if that's not what you do, you need to get somebody out there who can get you guys a fiber optic setup. Needs to be lightning so we can watch you guys stream. We're up 3 on the Jordans. LeBron not going to make it. Finley. You can see my opponent's just like not doing anything on defense here. So we're just going to get open looks apparently the whole game. Might be a kid, might be somebody just learning. That's just fine with me. There's plenty of tough players out there, so we'll take the easy victories if we can get one. And we're up 7-0 right now. Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time, Paul, but hopefully they'll start offering something a little bit faster for you guys, and you will be able to pull some strings and get that set up. Yeah, I have the cable connection. Some people in California have that. Google has a fiber optics deal, but not available in my city. The cable's just fine for gaming speeds. Only problem is occasionally it will disconnect for a few hours here and there, as that Comcast Xfinity internet is not super consistent. We were up 8-1. He hits a 2-pointer to make it 8-3. Seahawks and the Jordans. Felton's got the handle, bringing it up court. We get another open look. This time it's for Rip. And he does not rip the cord as it rattles out. I'm probably going to say it wrong, but it's like 50 millibytes per second, and I may be mispronouncing it. I can do a speed test real quick, but I am on my laptop, which isn't as fast as like the desktop, which is wired. I would do it with the Xbox, but then I'll have to pause the Twitch app. But it's pretty fast. If we download a movie, it just takes like 5 minutes or so, depending on who's hosting it. But of course, we only download movies that are legal to download and not copyrighted, because heaven forbid we get some free entertainment around here. We get a green release, and it's a 7-point difference. Upstream is about 10. Sometimes it'll go a little bit faster, but that's usually about where it's at. So it's not blazing insane speeds, but it's definitely fast enough for just me and my wife and watching a little Netflix and playing some Xbox and whatnot. So we're up by 6. We're missing a lot of open looks here, but fortunately this guy is not really giving us a tough match. This time he doesn't come with a double team. Looks like he's laying off of Felton, so we'll just go lay that up and in. So Chaos got the quick stream. That's good. I would think Sydney would be one of the more equipped and advanced cities, not just in Australia, but throughout the world. I want to go to the Sydney Opera House someday just to check it out. Really cool looking building. Hopefully Chaos will meet me there, and we'll go take in an AFL match or a cricket game. I don't know if it's a cricket game or a cricket match, the proper pronunciation. Rip's gonna rip a dunk down, and we'll get the victory. Okay, so you guys, that's similar to what I had before I switched. We had a satellite internet connection, and I used to play a lot of online poker through Poker Stars when it was still legal here in the United States. Unfortunately, it's been outlawed for the time being. So it was annoying to have that slower speed, not because of the speed for Poker Stars, but it would disconnect a lot. So I went from that satellite connection to the cable connection, and we hit a technical foul. We still have 2 picks remaining. We'll see what we get. It's 500 MT. And we get a break starter badge as well. It's not too bad after that tech hit us. We sold one of those Webbers that we just bought. And AFL, not as big of a sport with the Twitch buddies as I thought it would be. I did AFL tipping through the poker forum this year with some Australian friends, so I learned a bit about the AFL. Seems like nobody's much into it, at least out of the younger generation. Maybe AFL is just the older guys that enjoy that game. Seems like you guys are rugby and cricket fans. So we get Jay Williams. We're going to flip over a Ruby teammate, and it's Scottie Pippen. So we got a good combination of Bulls players with Harden. So how long does a cricket match last? Because baseball usually, excuse me as I get a bit of dust in my throat, but baseball is usually like 3.5 hours, and cricket's usually compared to baseball as far as the formatting. Oh, so it's 5 days. Okay. So cricket season isn't long, but they play it over multiple days. Okay, I thought it was like a quick match. I thought it was kind of similar to soccer, where 90 minutes with a halftime or something. I misread you there, Beanstalk. So that is interesting that those games stretch out over most of a week. 10 overs if you watch Australia bat in India. Okay. We're searching for a match. It's taking a bit longer here late in the evening in the United States to find opponents. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start looking for cricket now on my cable satellite deal, so I can learn a bit more about it. Has something to talk to you guys about when I come in to stream. We're gonna play against the same guy. He's got Iguodala and Jarrett Jack. See if he gives us a better game here. Shoots it with Josh Smith. We pull the rebound. Harden's got the handle. Defense is pretty good on Harden, but the defense is bad against Scottie. He's going to throw down the dunk. I'll have to look up like the basic rules of cricket whenever I find a game to watch here, so I can try to have an idea of what's going on. And I'll probably come in and ask you guys a million questions that are just basic cricket knowledge that I have no idea about. Seahawks and the Jordans. It's round 2. It's the rematch. He's launching with Smith. Not going to hit it. And Paul's been trying to coach up some of the French folks that he knows. They don't know how it works either. I'm in the same boat with those guys. Scottie throwing it back to the Bulls days with the dunk. Pippen guarding on Smith. hand in his face, pulls the rebound. He's in transition. Smith getting a body on him. We might just let Scotty dunk it every time down if he's not going to play better defense than that. And we got PSCL Legend in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi to us. We're talking cricket. We're talking Australian sports. We got the brothers Paul and Beanstalk in here, along with Chaos tonight. It's been an interesting night. Lots of non-sports discussion as well. We're trying to get a victory. Seahawks and the Jordans. We just beat this guy in the last match. Scotty too hottie. Chaos always cracking me up in the chat. I went to Nightbot the other day, try to get it to do that, stop doing that double post thing. And it shows who's written the most in the chat, and Chaos is the chat all-star with the most comments of all time. More comments than myself, or even Fresh at F City, who's usually here with us as well. And Chaos usually makes me laugh. He's a funny guy that has a lot of classic NBA sayings and announcer catchphrases. Whenever we get Klay Thompson, he reminds me that Klay is Bay. That puts a smile on my face. And we get a deflection. Smith turns and fires. No good. They pull the rebound. So we're only up by 3 here. Yeah, I believe it. Chaos is he's a jokester and a good guy. And I will ban anybody that has a negative thing to say about Chaos. But not Paul, or Beanstalk, or Walking Canoe, the guys that know him personally. We get a green release with Jay Williams. There's that momentary concussion thing that happens. Swings out to Iguodala. That's a miss. Here goes Scotty. Scotty too hottie. With the elevation sensation reverse dunk. No, I don't know about that. I know a lot of people do the farming accounts on Madden. You can trade on Madden and ship over your good cards and sell them out. I don't know a way to do that on 2K. I know 2K has been doing some banning of people that do wagers and giveaways, so I've refrained from even trying to start anything like that here on the stream. I wish you luck with getting your stuff moved over, but I don't have a good answer for you on that. Yeah, I guess you could list something cheap and try to buy it out so you could avoid some of the tax. The problem is somebody else might out-snipe you on it. They may have like an IP block, so if you post through your console, even if you switch accounts, like to another family member's account on Xbox or PS4, I don't know which console you're on, they might be aware of that. I don't know how much security they have, but it doesn't seem like something they would want to encourage the farming accounts on 2K. We're up by 7. Seahawks and Jordans. It's the rematch. It's out to Jay Williams. And he's going to rattle that through. It's a very long 1-point shot. I think he had a foot on the line. Oh wow, congratulations. Got a couple fire pulls. I have not got a diamond yet all season out of a pack. We got them, the rewards cards, but still trying to pull a diamond. Speaking of diamonds, we got a Isiah Thomas tonight. We've already got that Isiah Thomas, the pink diamond on blacktop. So I had to quick sell it, which is just kind of a sick feeling. Yeah, I got it on your substitute account. So, yeah, I don't know a good workaround. You might try the 2K Reddit page. I would suggest just making a throwaway account if you're somebody that has a reputation. You don't want to be seen as doing something that maybe is kind of a gray area. I would just ask those guys over there, or maybe on 2K Central. Yeah, I got the Thomas a while ago, probably about 2 weeks back, and he was supposed to be off the board. You know how it has a little legend over on the right hand side, but he showed up. I was kind of caught off guard when we got him, and then we got him again tonight. So I think I'll make a little highlight YouTube video of me flipping him and quick selling him, because there's nothing else you can do with it. I wish you liked finding it. We've got 777 wins now in blacktop. You got more than we do. I still haven't got that McKell yet, so I'm gunning for McKell and Dennis Johnson and Artest. The blacktop mode is my favorite mode because if you're new to the stream, you don't know, my 4-month-old son is always out here with me as I play, so the games are quick. It lets me get in and out in case he starts to waking up and needing some help. So we're not really playing too many long matches. We occasionally switch over to Madden on the stream just to entertain Chaos, who wants to see us go for the Super Bowl victory. So we'll try to snipe here. We're a little late to the refresh. We'll just do this for a minute or two and then hop back in to play. Reggie Lewis is going pretty cheap today. Van Horn for 25, I think, is a buy. We'll see what Van Horn is at. I know he's out here for cheaper, but 25 is pretty cheap. So we see one Van Horn for 35. We'll put ours for 34.5 and make 950 coins minus the tax. I'll check through these moments real quick. Nothing good this time. We got to play with Brock Osweiler. That is Chaos's wish, so we're going to do it as soon as we get through our season on Madden. We're going to go find the worst Osweiler there is and try to win. That's the challenge that's been thrown down to us. So let's see if there's any Webbers that are cheap or Bosches. More than we want to spend on C-Web. And more than we want to do on Bosch. Take a quick look for a Amthest. If there's one out there for 12,005, it's pretty cheap. We don't want Yao at that price though, and there's nothing there, so let's just sell this Van Horn. And we'll go back to play another game or two tonight. So we saw him for 35. Put him for 34.5, be just underneath the cheapest one. Bought him out at 2,500. We got Kevin Durant up now. And Canoe's incoming. Canoe getting on late tonight just like I did. Starting the stream late. We get Patty Mills. And we see a couple pink diamond selections. We'll try to click onto one of those. It's going to slide on past. We get the emerald instead. And there's the walking canoe. We're doing good. We banhammered Paul. We didn't know that Paul was Beanstalk's brother. I thought he was just here to attack Chaos. So that was egg on my face. We're playing a little bit, sniping a little bit. And we're having a good time. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It's nice to see the whole Australian crew together tonight. I got the fantasy baseball league posted up as well. Chaos is supposed to play. We're trying to get Paul and Beanstalk in it. So there's a free fantasy baseball league there. It'd be really cool if you could play it as well. Can you? Just for fun, just for anybody that is a friend of the stream through Yahoo. Yeah, that might work for you, PSC. I thought you were saying you weren't seeing those showing up on the auction house. Right, and you're going to get double taxed on it. So that may be your best bet. Somebody else might have a workaround that I don't know about. I'm certainly a small-time sniper, just kind of learning as I go at it. So I don't know any special tricks to just ship that over to your other account. I'd be afraid to send a support ticket to 2K and ask them anything about it. Even though they could just be cool about it and let you transfer it over. Say you're playing on your brother's account and you pulled it out or something. So Durant kind of dribbling the ball there like he was already in bounds. But he was just doing that to get out of bounds to check it into us. It's sort of a weird animation. Durant to Stuckey, out to KD, and it's good from the corner. We're playing a new opponent here. He's got the Miami Heat. I think the gamer tag is Phase Surreal or Phase Summer. I can't see it behind that box. Phase Surreal is who we're playing. He throws it out of bounds. Oh, no problem, Canoe. Spending time with your dad certainly more important than spending time with me on here joking around and having fun. But glad you got some time with us here as well. Before we head out, we'll probably play one more after this one. Just depends on how it goes and if my son stays asleep. He's been sleeping pretty well since we finally were able to get streaming tonight. Patty Mills going to kick this out to KD. And it rattles out. A little late on my release. Here's Steph in transition. Ruby Curry drilling it. Must have had a toe on the line for the long 1-point shot. So we'll see if we can't set up with Mills here. Mills is getting by Curry pretty well. He'll lay that up and in. Anybody that is new watching the stream, I see a handful of folks are watching. Please hit the follow button. I will follow you guys back. Appreciate the views and the support as we commit the shooting foul. So I've never seen that Heat uniform before. If those are custom, he did a really good job on it. It might be some type of military appreciation night uniform. Mashburn from deep. Doesn't make it. Durant's trying to go for the dunk. Defense is back. It's over to Mills. To Stuckey. And we don't hit from deep again. We've had some good looks. We just haven't converted from downtown. This Mashburn in the corner. And it's not going to be the monster mash on that shot as it rims out. So he's guarding us with that Amthest Mashburn on our Amthest KD. We get another launch with Kevin. That time it goes through. We're up by a couple points. Steph ball faking, hands it off to the big fella at Mashburn, and we commit the shooting foul. We reached at it. He shot a weird fadeaway. He could have just drove that in. So we appreciate the help from our opponent on that slight mistake. He might not have seen that we were reaching, though. Stuckey and Mills, two-man game. Stuckey's open underneath. Lays it up off the window. And we increase the lead. Oh, no problem, buddy. Appreciate you letting me know, because I would be saying, hey, where's Beanstalk? Hope Beanstalk's okay, but Beanstalk's going to be tied up next couple evenings. At least that's what he thinks. Hopefully you guys are around during All-Star Weekend. We'll talk about the three-point competition, slam dunk competition, skills competition, all the All-Star Weekend festivities. As we turn it over, Mashburn with the steal. We just hip check his shooter, and now my party chat has closed out. Let me turn that back on. I'll be pausing for just a second. All right, we got re-enabled. I try not to troll my opponents with my play-by-play. It's out to KD. It's a green release. Those always go in this season, at least as far as I can tell. I remember last year I had a couple greens that didn't drop in 2K16. Always caught me off guard. No, I'm not calling nines. Just doing our thing here. Not even really sure what all the calling nines, calling eights is about. I think it's to do with my career. That or they're calling 9 seconds past the minute on the refresh windows. But we're just doing our thing here. Hand down, man down. We got the Aussies in the chat, the regulars. And speaking of hand down, man down, that is Chaos's saying tonight. He's been throwing it out when we've had our hands down and got scored on. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming through and watching and chatting with me. I know there's a lot of things to do when you're in your early 20s, and you guys are here with me quite often. So I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to hang out with the old fella, playing some sports games. It's out to Stucky. Kind of hesitated. Probably shouldn't have shot it with him. We get the miss. Stucky's going to cut in and dunk it for us. So we're up by 5. I don't know if anybody on the stream got him. I haven't heard anybody mentioning it. I noticed it a few minutes late, like 30 minutes late after they posted it. So I did not get that pink diamond love. I clicked on that last tweet that they sent out, and some of the replies were saying, man, I put in the code after just 10 seconds and I didn't get one. So it looks like it's going to have to be lightning fingers to get that love the next time they post a code. I have that 2K Twitter page open in my browser window, looking for them to send out a late night tweet, but I don't know anybody personally that pulled that that pink diamond love prize yet with the code. So we're up by 4. We're gonna get the dunk with Stucky. Started out a little slow, a couple losses. We've been playing pretty good since then. Ashburn not able to hit over Kevin. We're going to cycle around. Mills had an open look there. Probably should have launched from Mills. Said it's Stucky. Stucky doesn't have that greatest shot from the outside. I mean, he's decent, but he's not one of the pure shooters that are in the game. Ashburn elevating and slamming it on Mills. Impressive dunk. So he's only down 4. We need to get serious and try to get this victory. Kevin from downtown. That's right through. I don't know why he paused it. Kevin's got the hot hand. And we're up by 6. Oh, okay, so that might have been you. I did see that. Somebody saying that they tried to get in after 10 seconds. Then I looked through some of the other replies. I saw people with the screenshots that they had got that congratulations screen. So I felt a little jealous of those guys, but congratulations to them. Somebody said that they are on the tweet deck and it gets a little bit faster real time posting. So that might be the secret to sitting there and waiting for this tweet deck, but they haven't tweeted one out since last night at midnight, so it's been over 24 hours. You can only be, on your phone or at the computer so long waiting. And we get a Way of Wade card after a tech, and we get some points. And oh, you sat on the tweet deck all day. Sorry, buddy, that you weren't able to get one of those. So it is right at the refresh window. Let's skip through here real quick on the Ruby market, see if we find a deal. We should have some pretty good MT coming in when these cards sell out through the day tomorrow. And then we'll play another match as we wind down the stream. Gonna get some rest with the little fella. It'll be my wife's turn to watch him and take care of him. She's off for the next few days, so I'll probably be getting the stream started either more on time or a bit earlier, as she won't be working into the night. We don't see anything that we want there. Let's take a look at the playmakers. Bibby. We wouldn't mind a Bibby, but not at 5,000. Rudy Gobert should probably be there, so we're going to buy him out. Bought one of those earlier. We'll look up Rudy after we go through the rest of these filters. Tony Allen's really cheap today. I've been seeing him in the low 2000s. Yeah, and they had said something last year that there wasn't going to be any game-changing giveaways. Somebody posted that on the 2K Reddit page, that they wouldn't be doing that again. And now, you know, there's a 99 pink diamond that people are able to get from having the quick fingers and jumping in on it. So it seems kind of silly the way they're giving away. At least put it out there for the whole day on Valentine's Day or something. Let everybody have a shot at it, or don't do it. I don't know. It seems kind of crazy. That Kevin Love's supposed to be the 3-point shooting contest love, so I'm sure that card is going to be pretty ridiculous. So we got Gobert. We'll send him to the auctions. And let's go look him up, see what he goes for. I think I bought one earlier and it went for almost 7,000. We'll check the market right now and get an idea what to price him at. So we see him at 765. So that's pretty good. We'll make some profit on Rudy. We've had a decent night sniping. We just need to get these cards sold, along with the garbage we got out of the buzzer beater packs. I don't know if anybody else bought any of those buzzer beater Trailblazer packs today, but I sure didn't get anything good out of them. I bought 2 with my VC, so all my VC's gone. I was saving to get a box of my league packs, but I thought, oh, these buzzer beaters, they're only here for a limited time. Let's get in here and get a fire pool. It was just garbage for me. So we got Jimmy Butler up here. And we're going to play with Draymond. My son is kind of waking up, rubbing his eyes. I'll see if he'll let me play. I'll probably try to get the match started. If he starts crying, guys, I'll hop off the mic and say goodnight just through the text chat, so you guys don't have to hear him being upset. And I do talk to him and try to calm him down. We get Pressy as well. And we'll look for a match. If it takes a long time, I might have to wrap it up here before the 4-month-old gets going too much. Yeah, they are rewarding people for typing fast, and not everybody's going to be able to do that. Like if they're checking the Twitter on their smartphone, how are you going to go open up the app, which takes a while to load, at least on my phone it does, and then go back and forth between the screens and get that all typed in there. Guys, I hate to wrap this up, but my son is really starting to be fully awake. I know he wants to eat, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to play well through a whole match with him being upset. Let's take one more look through the rubies, and we'll look at our collection real quick as we wind down the stream. hate to sign off with so many viewers and chatters available, but it's 4 a.m. here, so this dad is getting tired. So I will be heading to bed, unfortunately. Would have enjoyed playing another one. It's not that it's so late for me, but he is going to be waking up, and I don't know that I can concentrate through the whole game of him being upset. We see Kersey for 2,500. We'll avoid that. Lewis for 2,700 as well. Wouldn't mind getting Spreewell at that price, but he's not out there. Any of the new folks stopping by, if you haven't followed, appreciate it if you would. I will definitely follow you back, and if I see you guys on streaming, I'll pop into your chat and root for you. Check out what you guys do on your streams. Hope everybody has a great rest of your day, or a good day tomorrow if you're heading to bed soon. We're going to go through all these filters just to see if we can find something that doesn't belong out here for cheap. And appreciate the support from the regulars and the new folks. We'll see the Canoe tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see Beanstalk and Paul back soon. I got that fantasy league up. If anybody wants to play fantasy baseball, you guys are all welcome. We'll go with as many teams as possible. I think let's go up to 20 teams if we get that much interest. Doesn't matter if you're a big baseball fan or not. We'll just have fun with it. And Bosch will be our last snipe attempt of the night. Fortunately, we don't get anything. Appreciate all the views and the support. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for the chat. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.